This is Jurul Haq Kamal from Department of Management. Question is that what is about the resiliency in leadership? So as a CEO, how you deal up with the resiliency in your leadership? And this is the main question, and I need a suggestion from you that during your long journey, can you please share a specific, very own strategy that you have mostly used in your journey? Thank you.
You're absolutely right. When you are leading a business, you need to be composed under pressure. And if you're not composed under pressure, you're never going to be able to lead properly. Because when you are a leader, you are on stage all the time. And it doesn't matter how stressed and tired you are, for that person meeting you at the end of the day or at the end of a long week, or of a dinner or of a breakfast, that's the leadership moment that that person expects you to share. And you need to treat every single stakeholder with the same values, and no matter how difficult and stressed you are. So composure under pressure is super important. And when I was running Disneyland Paris, it was just after 9/11, and the world tourism had collapsed in Europe, and Disneyland Paris is the #1 tourist destination. So we had obviously issues with our banks, and I had to restructure the business and negotiate with the banks, and we were in the news all the time. And people working in the theme park were worried about their jobs in the future. So I had to be very, very clear that when I was dealing with the banks, I was talking about certain aspects of the future of the company. But when I was talking internally, I was there to support, engage, help everyone to make a difference. And it's no different than the first question we talked about, understanding how you basically manage the diverging and converging interest of your stakeholders. But composure under pressure is very, very important. Never lose your self-belief. It's also very, very important. A lot of leaders start doubting in the thick of the action, and that's really, really bad. It doesn't mean that you don't ask yourself a question, but the moment you start doubting on your ability to make a difference, then you will start underperforming. So self-belief, really, really, really important. The other thing I would say is being self-aware, understanding how people feel about the way you interact with them in difficult situations, because there are some moments where stress will drive behaviors that you might regret. So make sure that if you do so, you hear about it and you course correct very, very quickly.